Truth be told, I have my mom to thank for getting into swimming. She has always been very, very health conscious. I grew up in a house where sugar wasn't allowed and athletics were encouraged. When driving to my first meet at the age of 7, my mom had recently read that having a little sugar before a race was a good thing, and stopped to buy my sister Julia and I a candy bar. From that day on, I distinctly remembering, wow, this is definitely something I can do. Some kids really like water, others really don't really candy. I'm very honored to receive this award and to join this prestigious group of athletes. I'm incredibly grateful to have been able to participate in RPI athletics. I look back on my experiences here with very fond memories. The training was certainly challenging, and the early morning practices were far from fun. I don't think it's possible for anyone to really enjoy jumping into cold water before 6 a.m. But in the end, the joys of victories and the friends are what stand out the most. I still remember a frantic phone call I made to Shannon during my senior year in high school. At that time, she was both my club coach and the swimming coach here at RPI. I begged for her opinion on where to go to college. By that time, I had narrowed down my list a little bit. The easiest of which was to eliminate the female-only school. But now it was hard. After holding out for a long time, she finally said, just come to RPI. At that time, I had no idea how that decision would shape my swimming career in my future. For me, beyond all the wonderful memories, RPI athletics provided focused structure and positive outlet. The swim team was dynamic. We lacked depth in numbers in comparison to some of the other powerhouse schools, but we always put up a good fight and had a lot of fun in the process. I have many fun memories and would like to share some of them with you. So here we go. Allison Geer's top 10 memories of swimming at RPI. Number 10, chlorine-infused skin. I'm happy to report it is no longer my favorite choice. Number 9, winter training trips in Florida. Some years the weather was so cold that our feet would literally burn when they touched the pavement before we dove into the water. It was also very strange to be swimming outside in an unheated pool with your coach looking on wearing a winter coat, hat, and gloves. Number 8. Shane had already said this, but making friends with my competitors and being advised by Shannon and other teammates, mainly Megan, that I really needed to take competition much more seriously. Number 7, Shannon never watching her starts and dealing with such extreme nausea due to nerves both before and during swim meets that one might think she was suffering from extreme food poisoning. Number 6, the bus breaking down on the way home from a swim meet in Ithaca Halloween weekends. While we were all excited to get back to Halloween parties here on campus, Shannon tried to ease our frustration and anxiety by buying us ice cream. I think it's safe to know that in upstate New York, in late fall, it isn't really an ideal or sought after treat. Number 5, both Shannon's office and the training room. They were always great places for not only therapy, but to hear the latest gossip, to meet new friends, and maybe even a date or two. Number 4, the countless times I looked at the linebacker with dual ice packs on my shoulders, walking into the commons for dinner after practice. It wasn't exactly an ideal look. Number 3, swimming the Ocean Mile my sophomore year in Florida in jellyfish-infested water. After swimming through multiple schools of jellyfish and had one even wrapped around the front of my neck, I decided I had had enough. Then weeks after we got back to campus, one of my fellow teammates, Peter Dugo, put plastic bags into the pool to reenact the nightmare. Number 2, I was never one to remember my times or places, but I always remember my 100 freestyle, the time at States my junior year, 51.88, was qualified me for nationals. Where Shannon, I always waited until the last event on the last day of the last meet of the season to qualify for nationals. And number 1, earning All-American status my junior year in Miami of Ohio with my family looking on the students. Thank you, Shannon, for your unwavering support. You always made it a priority to look after us. And whether it was kind words of encouragement or a little bit of tough love, I know that you would have done anything to help me succeed. Thank you to my family for the countless times they drove me to swim practices and meets during my childhood, spending hours upon hours in a pool to maybe watch only 10 minutes worth of races. And even for hosting pasta parties for the entire men's and women's swim team. The RPO swim team at my house with over 25 hungry college athletes. And thank you to Rensselaer for your support of the swimming program. What started with the incentive of a sugar retreat when I was 7 brought me to RPI. And having the opportunity to be a collegiate athlete is very special.